Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 11 of Get Real with Rajiv. And today we have Shivani in the house who's going to play the voice of your questions. Shivani, what's the first question that we have?
Okay, so the first question we have is from Kaushik on YouTube. You keep on investing all of your money, keeping none with you in your business in order to get bigger fruit at the end. When would one normally stop investing again or keep a percentage aside from profit for himself?
Well, Kaushik, firstly, thank you for that question because I know a lot of entrepreneurs would gain a lot of value from the answer that I'm going to give to this question. Because now we live in a very strange era. Most entrepreneurs find it very heroic to not take any money back home. And if that is you, I'm scared for you, my friend. Because your question said that we wait till the end. What is the end? I mean, are you intending to sell that business, shut that shop and then withdraw profits someday? That's not going to happen, my friend. I personally believe that every entrepreneur needs to reward himself or herself for the work that they do in their business. Which means even though you're the business owner and I know your company requires resources to be invested back into the business, you still have to factor in a salary for yourself. And I know a lot of entrepreneurship gurus do not subscribe to this school of thought. But in all honesty, I'm a big believer that an entrepreneur needs to financially reward themselves. So for the time that you are investing in your business, make sure that you have a fixed salary and account that as an expense to the business. And then you set up a profit quotient for yourself. So the question you've asked is, how do you balance between reinvestment and drawing money as a business owner? Here's how I do it. What I do is I have a fixed salary for myself and my business partners that we draw from the business as our remuneration for our effort. And from the profits of the business, we divide the profitability of the business into a percentage where a part of it we keep as cash reserves for working capital, part of it we keep it as investment reserve for making the larger investments to scale and grow. Part of it we allot for team bonuses to reward and recognize our team for their contribution, and the balance we take it back home as bonus to partners for the profit of in terms of a reward for ourselves. So I always believe in having this kind of a financial discipline because no matter what size of business you are and what your goals to scale up are, it's critical for you to have this financial clarity of what is my fixed remuneration, what is my salary for the time effort that I put in, and what is the profit share that I'm going to reallocate to the business, allocate to my team and allocate to myself. So work the mathematics out. It's very subjective for each business, but it's important to work the mathematics out that way, Kaushik. So I hope that question answers and clears and gives you direction of what you need to be doing. So Shivani, what's the next question that we have?
Cool. So we have the next question from Dharam on Twitter. Quick question. When you start something on your own and you know there are other players in the industry doing something similar, but you're really passionate about it and go all in, how can you deal with the constant self-doubting questions you can get as you go ahead?
So Dharam, the self-doubt essentially comes from the fear of competition, that there are other people doing the same thing. So what? There is no industry on this planet where there's just one person doing that activity exclusively. You can never keep competition out. You may be the initiator or you may be a late adapter in a business. It does not matter. You will always have competition. The truth about competition is this, and a lot of people may not like this answer, but competition is a myth. It's a lie. It does not exist. Competition is the biggest lie entrepreneurs have sold to themselves because of their laziness of lack of marketing and selling proactively. Okay, competition affects your business when you are reactive in growing your business and you're waiting for the business to come to you, and when that inquiry comes to you and someone else takes it away because they pitch a lower cost or for whatever other reason, that's when competition hurts you. But if you're proactive in business, if you're going out there and constantly marketing and selling and you have enough in the pipeline in terms of leads and inquiries, losing some will not hurt you that much, and you won't give this thing of competition too much heed in your head. So in all honesty, my view is this: there will always be competition. If you're passionate about something and you're good at doing it, you got to back yourself and you got to go out there. And let me tell you the truth. The truth is you don't need 100% of the market share of your business. That's again a huge lie. Okay, nobody needs 100% of the market share of their business. You need to know, you need to have that clarity of what is the piece that I want. And you got to work towards it proactively. When you do that, when you are putting in that effort, that's when you're killing self-doubt. Self-doubt comes when you're passive, when you're waiting for things to happen and things are not happening. That's when you start wondering, am I entering the right business? There's already too much competition. Guess what, my friend? But when you're proactive, you're going to go out there and nail it, and you're going to get what you want. Go work for that. Don't just wait for things to fall in place for you. So competition is a lie. It's a huge myth. There are always going to be other alternatives and players. You don't need 100% of the market share. Go out there and get what you want. That's what I would say. Shivani, what's the third question?
So the next question we have is from Vidya from LinkedIn. You speak a lot about building businesses which are not dependent on the business owner. But isn't your business dependent on you? What do you have to say about that?
Vidya, thank you for asking me this question. I've been waiting. Why doesn't someone ask me this question? That my business is built on my face value, and doesn't it come across to the world outside that I am self-employed myself? Well, thank you for asking that question, Vidya. It's a pretty bold question. I know a lot of people may be thinking it, but may not be asking it. So let me answer that question. Is my business today dependent on me? Yes and no. Okay. When I talk about building businesses, when I talk about entrepreneurs not being stuck in the trap of self-employment, my definition of self-employment is very, very clear. Self-employment is a situation where an entrepreneur creates jobs, okay, gives people jobs, gives them a salary, does their work, okay, and does not pay himself or herself consistently. For me, that's the definition of self-employment. That's why I call it a trap, where when you as an entrepreneur create jobs for people and then you do their job, you pay them but you don't pay yourself consistently, that's the trap of self-employment. I am not a believer of an entrepreneur building a business which can grow without him or her and then going into retirement. That's not my idea of building a scalable and profitable business. My idea of an ideal entrepreneur is somebody who's building a business where the day-to-day operations of the business are not dependent on the entrepreneur, and the entrepreneur is focusing on strategic growth. The entrepreneur is focusing on the next level, because I believe every business has limitless possibilities of growth, and the job of an entrepreneur is to focus on exploring those limitless possibilities. Unfortunately, most entrepreneurs are not focusing on growth. They are playing the month-to-month survival game because everything in the business is dependent on them. So I'm a big believer of eradicating that form of self-employment from this planet, and that's why I do what I do. That's why I teach what I teach. Now, coming to me, in my context, I've been able to statistically build Asia's largest business coaching company. There's no other business coach in Asia who coaches as many businesses as my team does on a one-to-one basis. So statistically, we've built Asia's largest business coaching company. But here's the truth. I don't even coach one business myself on a one-to-one basis. So what have I done? I've built a business which is working without me. What you see on social media is what I love doing, spreading knowledge. And guess what? By spreading this knowledge and answering these questions, so many entrepreneurs reach out and they sign up for our coaching, which again, I don't coach on a one-to-one basis. I'm pretty open about it. And sometimes entrepreneurs insist, but I want you to coach me. Well, if you want me to coach you, then it's going to cost you a bomb. If you can pay it, then yeah, I'll tell you the price tag. But I've been able to build something that is scalable, profitable, without my day-to-day involvement. So from that point of view, as an entrepreneur, here's what I'm going to urge most entrepreneurs, especially entrepreneurs in the services business. I am from the services business. My business is built around my brand, but I am not the business. Explore that for your own business, and I'm telling you, it's a very, very powerful and magical experience to have. So thank you, Vidya, for asking that question. I really, truly enjoyed answering that one. Shivani, what's the fourth question that we have?
So the last question we have is from Vinay on Facebook. And he says, hi Rajiv, being in an SME or a startup, you said that hire sales, marketing, and maybe outsource operations, etc. Yes, it looks good to hire people for different jobs to propel the business. Now, it's a very difficult proposition to hire good people, and even if you want to give them some profit sharing. My experience is talented professionals do not risk their career, and you end up hiring average professionals, and it doesn't really help. So you end up doing most of the jobs yourself. What would you suggest?
So Vinay, again, phenomenal question. So let me answer the crux of that question. The crux of your question is that talented professionals do not want to join small and medium businesses. They want to go for the large brands. Vinay, if you would have said this to me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have empathized with you. I would have said, yeah, I agree. Most talented people want to work with the larger, bigger names. But a lot has changed in the last 5 to 10 years in the world of business. And the biggest change that I see is now in the job market, there are two types of people. The first type of people in the job market are people who want a job. The second type of people in the job market are people who want a career. Now, these mean totally two different things. People who want a job are more driven by security, safety, and therefore they want a larger organization, a bigger brand, so they have that social status and credibility of working for a bigger brand, and they get a fixed salary from that bigger brand, and they're not worried about consistency because they're working with a bigger brand. Those are your job seekers. The second type of people are career growth seekers. These are people who are looking at building a career, not just getting a job for themselves, which means these are people who want growth, who understand that growth comes when you contribute significantly, when you have a significant job role that is assigned to you. Now, the good thing is the number of career seekers are more than the job seekers today. Today, the millennials, the younger ones, want to work with an organization that will give them the opportunity of growth, that'll give them learning, that'll give them high quality responsibilities, not just mundane clerical tasks and call them analysts or give them any fancy business cards. Today's millennials don't care about designations. They want quality of role, quality of work, quality of learning, quality of growth. They want clarity of all of these things. So, which means it's the best time as a small and medium enterprise to attract talent. Now, let me tell you the challenge that small and medium entrepreneurs face when it comes to attracting talent: self-doubt. When you are interviewing someone who's a talented professional as a potential candidate for your job role, if you're sitting there to convince this person to join you, you've lost the battle. You got to firstly have the pride that you are providing an opportunity that nobody else in the market is providing. This person may go and join a big brand, but he knows deep down inside that in a big brand, he's a small fish. That's like being a small fish in a huge ocean. You may have a tank of your own. He'd rather be a shark in your tank. So you got to have that pride, and that's how you got to sell the profile and have that clarity to a person saying, hey, if you're a job seeker, go to a large brand. But if you're a career builder and you're looking for a career, then join us because we have the right opportunity for you. When you pitch it that way, you will start attracting talent. So it's a lot to do with your internal conversation about the opportunity that you're providing. Please disconnect from that outdated belief that talented people want to work with a large brand only. That era is gone. Today, talented people want critical roles in small organizations, and they want to make the small company into a big company. They're willing to play that role. So go out there and seek or look for those intrapreneurs, those guys who have the entrepreneurial DNA but do not have their own business but would like to contribute to an existing business and grow it. Those are the type of people you got to look out for. And if you look out for those kind of people, I'm sure you will get a lot of them in today's day and age. So I hope that gives you a perspective on how to firstly look at hiring in today's day and age. So with that, we're done with the 4 questions for today's episode. I'm really enjoying this process of answering the questions, and I know a lot of you have been sending in comments and messages appreciating the fact that I've been answering these questions. So here's the best way you can appreciate the value of what we do. Make sure you share these videos and make sure you ask more and more questions. Please ask us more questions because we enjoy this process of adding value to entrepreneurs. And before I close today's episode, we got to pick a winner. So Shivani, indicate for me which one is the winner. Okay, Shivani says 4, and I agree with 4. So Shivani, the 4th question was around hiring talented people, and that's from?
It is from Vinay.
So you win a copy of my book, Lead or Bleed. Thank you so much for asking that very, very valuable question. So we're going to reach out to you and make sure that the copy of my book, Lead or Bleed, reaches you. Enjoy the read, my friend. And for the rest of you watching, share this video and ask a lot more questions. Put the questions in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode.